Hey, what up, y'all? It's your guy, JG. It says so right there where I'm pointing my finger. This says JT Tate. I'm the publisher / Commodore at auburnsports.com. We got super chats coming in from luminaries such as Pocket Watch, Hayden, Cassidy P, Feel Like a Stranger, and War Eagle 0008. And we are ready for Auburn and Memphis to do battle today. I have already done battle myself, not with Memphis. My wife sent me to the Honey Baked Ham Company. She already paid for the food that we needed. So I thought it would be a quick in and out. Little did I know, there were some 75 people who had the same idea, which meant a long line. Almost 2 hours wait. But I got that ham, guys. I got the ham. Let's get back over here to our newly redesigned page as we prepare for Auburn and Memphis. Going at it for the first, I think someone mentioned in the chat, the first of 4 titles this year. Super chats coming through before we start. One from Hayden, who we absolutely love. Hayden's the man. Been with us since he was a kid. Now he's a grown man. He says he likes Auburn today, and so do I. I like you today, brother. Also, Pocket Watch is with us a bunch. Thank you, sir. He says, we draining. It's unusual to see us draining Wednesday afternoon, but it's an unusual situation. Cassidy P from the greater Atlanta area says, let's bring home the golden pineapple, y'all. We'll take a laugh. Just make sure. Oh, a little loud there. Sorry. Just make sure it's not upside down, people. It's not the way we like to do it. Feel Like a Stranger jumps in. Let's go. Word up. Much love, Drainers, Swoogans, and Tates. Let's bring this home for Bill Walton on your happy archipelago. We'll be dancing in the streets and trucking home. My man, Casey Jones, you better watch your speed. Appreciate you, Feel Like a Stranger. War Eagle 0008 says, let's get this W. Thanks for the show, JDT. Thanks for being here, bro, and being part of our show today and every day. We have tipped off for the Auburn-Memphis game. We shall see what this looks like. I was thinking Memphis would be a little more physical. The keys to the game, as J.G. Tate tells you, Janai starts off with a 3. Now he's going to feel empowered and emboldened, but that's fine. He said playing his nuts off, and that's fine. The keys to the game for me are going to be, you got to get in front of number 11, Hunter. Tyrese Hunter, he's an absolute sharpshooter, and he will do dirty things to you if you leave him open. Also, their point guard, P.J. Haggerty. Don't let him get to the free throw line. I looked up his stats earlier. He's got something like 55 free throw attempts this season. And Auburn's leader has, I think, 25. Chad Bacon lasagna. Gets a little runner to get Auburn up 5-0 early. I like that. It just, Melee just says he cooks with a Z. Can't disagree. Whale Driver, who was big on the show last night. We want Abe. We want Abe. Chance for Abe Smith to call in and be our guest caller. We would love to have it. Maybe I'll look into that as we move forward. Abe, of course, had the difficult task of taking over for Chris Porter when he was ruled ineligible before that game at Florida in 2000. Prior to that, Abe was known best as Scotty Pullman's best friend. Oh, Miles showing a little bit of strength in the post there. 7-0 for the good guys here. 3 straight possessions, 3 straight buckets. Again, 11 is a sharpshooter. And then 3 is a guy who gets to the line a lot. And Chad Bacon lasagna just blocked that shot. Auburn is scorching right now. Cleveland Brown reminds me to stay hydrated. He says, War Damn Eagle, let's take the ship. Stay hydrated. I will. I've got it right here. And I've got a backup Fiji with me today, too. Guys, if Dylan's going to hit skyhooks, Penny might just want to wrap it up. Get back and hanging out with Mars Blackman instead of coaching because he's already called a timeout. Holy shit. He looks mad. He's unhappy. Presley Patterson on the sideline is happy. He is fired up, as he should be. And the throngs of Auburn supporters shout their approval, as one would expect. Tim wants to know if there's going to be a shutout today. That would be amazing. I'd love to see it. We love also seeing great statistics when it promotes Auburn. It's our favorite kind of statistic. So what I'm going to do is we'll pull up the stats of this first 2 minutes, and we'll just leave it up there for a little while and let our Memphis friends soak in it for a minute. It's a different kind of soaking than we usually talk about on this show, but we'll talk about it nonetheless because it's a weird Wednesday show. We don't usually do shows on Wednesday. In fact, this may be one of the very first. However, when we used to do COVID shows, we didn't care about the day. We didn't even know what day it was. So maybe we did one then. I don't know. It's anyone's guess. Screenshot coming down. Box score going up. Memphis, at this pace, will never score again. Sorry, I got to resize this real quick. Oh, that was a nice pump fake and a stuff. Auburn starts 4 for 4 from the floor. It's pretty good. 3 assists, 0 turnovers. We love to see that. 4 points off turnovers to 0. We love to see that. It's an infinite advantage. Let's see. It looks like the same group out there to start. Just stayed in after the timeout there from Penny. Wasn't in love with that shot from Denver as their, I think, 5th shot from the floor, but it was okay. It was okay. Small Victory says, just got home. Wings, beards, rain, and AU hoops. I'm good with this plan. That sounds like a hell of a plan for Wednesday afternoon before Thanksgiving because we all got a lot going on. Oh, it was nice. So defense pushed up on that shot, as we talked about earlier. He actually did a wise thing to distributed it. Distributed it? Yeah, but unfortunately for him, it was stolen. Auburn just playing man up right here. Auburn trying to lure that shot blocker out of the post to get Janai a better look, and that's exactly what he does. Splickety sploosh, flibbity floobity. I like them Jello pudding pops. 11-2 is not bad. Janai, I like those shots about 6 feet from the bucket. As I say many times, he's about 80% on those. And then he'll go 2 of 5. That's how it goes sometimes. All right, so they like going DHO around the corner, around the horn, some would say. That is an incredibly difficult shot from number 4 there. Auburn's defense swarming right now. I really like the defense from Janai there on that 3-point shot. The guy still hit it, to his credit. Nice shot, but he didn't over-pursue on that, on the closeout. It was a good, disciplined closeout. And a fine shot. Oh my goodness. Was that a no-look alley-oop pass from Broom to Dillon? Good golly. Drop. Whoa. That was a deft pass if I've ever seen one. Did you guys see that? Dillon got up in the air, and that's a tactical error. He knows better than that. He's got a foot on P.J. Haggerty, and he don't need to do that, but he did. It happens sometimes. That was an incredible play. That alley-oop was unbelievable. Brian P., last name redacted, just kidding, it's actually right there. It says ADW. Not sure what that's a reference to, but I support the hell out of it. BP, of course, in my own personal life, because I know him personally, is a huge success story. And someone who, making the most of his opportunities, I'll put it that way. A standard for all of us to set. Let's see. Tim says Janai is in his bag tonight. Penny can pack it up. I think that's. Auburn has come out very sharp. Auburn, this is a national. You're playing at a national championship level right now. I really did for most of the game yesterday too, and then WDE. Sorry. Okay. Well, now I can get behind that one, BP. I get that one. That's pretty good. I'm jealous of BP because he has ridden in the Porsche Taycan, which is one of my dream cars. I was talking to him on text the other day about it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I've been in that." I'm like, "Oh, you bastard!" I think he's been in the new all-electric Macan too, the new SUV from Porsche, fully electric. It's awesome. Don, why did I say Ron? Ron is your brother. Don Properdickin says, props for the solo rundown, JG. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for listening, is what I want to say. I did a whole show by myself, which I used to do back in the, 2015-ish, something like that. I used to just go out and sit in the park or whatever and talk about Auburn for 20 or 30 minutes. This is back before all the production got things sounding so good. Lots of guests and all that kind of stuff. It was just, once upon a time, it was just a guy and his ideas, you know. So thank you for listening, Don, and thanks for bringing that up, my man. Cassidy P says he likes the assist-to-turnover ratio so far. Of course he does. Because it's tasty and lovely. I feel like these commercials have been shorter than most, which I'm happy with. Of course, watching the Outriggers is always a positive. All right, I'm going to go ahead and update these stats. Got some fresh stats coming right up. She blows. So Auburn starts 4 of 4 from the floor now, 6 of 7, not a problem at all. 5 assists, 0 turnovers, you love to see it. They have 2 assists and 3 turnovers, you love to see it. Auburn up 6-0 on points off turnovers, you love to see it. Auburn at a surely sustainable 1.85 points per possession, you love to see it. So a lot of things you love to see right now. Plus the no-look alley-oop from Janai to Dylan may have been the dirtiest pass we've seen all season from the Auburn Tigers, and there's been some dirty ones. Blake DePay, my man, Mr. Positivity, says, War Name Eagle, all love Auburn family. We appreciate you, JG. This community is amazing, capital A. Let's go. This squad is on their own level, and we are witnessing a special and historic season already, my man. Yeah, they're playing some great basketball, although they just let the 3-ball go in. No big deal. Memphis is getting stabilized after getting assaulted in the beginning there. Janai with a 3. You know, guys, you know how I feel about these. He's a 27% three-point shooter. I don't think he... Oh. Number 4 with a little Tim Hardaway dipsy-do right there. He's a problem. Number 4 will get to the line. P.J. Haggerty is going to get to the line. He's got to be one of the national leaders in free throw attempts this year at 50-something. Again, Auburn's leading field free throw shooter, I think, has 25 attempts. So he's their version of Chris Denson, goes to the line and gets some. We should say Don Proper-Dickens says this team has a very diversified portfolio, kind of like the Wu-Tang Clan. You better diversify your funds. Stupub last to say Gonzaga lost, but I'm sure they'll move up in Ken Palm. Can they be higher than number 1? Can they be higher than number 1? There you go, Daniel P. I got that from Sounds of the Lambs. Shout out to Hannibal Lecter. Hannibal Lecter. All right, let's see what Memphis is doing here. Auburn's rebounding advantage, which was a huge plus in the North Carolina game. You know, it's real early, but it's been just okay. But that was a great offensive rebound from Janai right there. Of course, you don't have to do a lot of offensive rebounding when you hit every shot. AU Taxman, that's Tim Hardaway Sr. for the Youngs. That's absolutely correct. I say this like it's just like today's 1991, and it's Chris Mullin and Tim Hardaway together with the Golden State Warriors, run TMC. And I have, of course, NBA Jam behind me. Yes, that's the team I always play with on NBA Jam is the Warriors. I get Chris Mullin and Timmy Hardaway Sr., who at the time was just Timmy Hardaway. All right, 9:13. That was a good non-call right there. I liked it. Auburn has owed some calls today after that horrific, egregious foul against Denver Jones yesterday on the complete flop. Terrible. Defensive rebounding's been good, though. Offensive rebounding, okay-ish. All right, so you got Chad Bacon Lasagna winging it. Plus you got Janai and Chaney down low, which you like to see. Miles Tahad. So this is a good fast break group here with Chad, Bacon Lasagna, and Tahad, and Miles. Miles has a trailer. The other guys is, I love that pass from Janai to Chaney. I love it. Creative, but confident. Bowling ball. I kind of threw it underhanded. Hey, just as a reminder, yes, the Runner 24 reminds us Mitch Richmond was part of that team as well. Loved Mitch Richmond. From Kansas State, I believe. Not sure about that foul there. Yeah, Cassidy B says, what a look from Janai. Unbelievable. His passing has been amazing today. Super, super good. Look at this. A little bowling ball pass. Yes, sir. Chaney's 2-point percentage has been insane, too. I saw that today. I think he's shooting on par with Janai from 2. With a few less attempts, but he's shooting 75-ish% from 2, which is insane. If sustainable, I think Chaney will be first-team All-SEC player. I mean, it's that simple. All you got to do is just shoot 78% from 2 for the season, and you're fine. You make $1 million. Well, maybe not this year, but you know what I mean. All right. Looks like Memphis just likes playing man here, which is fine. Cutter underneath with Chris Moore. He needs to get back and get in rebounding position, which he did. And was fouled, but I agree with the non-call. And Tahad with a splash. Great effort from Simo, and also to get the ball out appropriately. Of course, you wouldn't want to see him do it inappropriately, believe me. I've seen it in practice, and it's tough. Let's see, Small Victories wonders, how do they have the energy to play to 1 a.m. EST and 3 days in a row you're playing, and now you're back less than 24 hours later, and you're going full speed? Oh, to be young again. Another great rebound underneath. Janai with a little pump and sticks it in. That was a nice play. He's just, man, kind of like what Blake was saying earlier, guys. Just don't lose sight of the fact that we're watching a generational college basketball player do his thing here, Janai Broome. If you remember, it was very close between, oh boy, it's a nice drive, between Auburn and Florida to pick up Janai. I believe that was when Todd had just started at Florida, so it was kind of the master and his protege going head-to-head on a recruit, and Auburn pulled that one late, even though Janai is from just a little bit north of Gainesville. And he's been huge. Edge. Absolutely edge. That was kind of a weird move by Janai where he kind of hopped backward into the player. So you got a little media timeout action there. Stoop Up thinks that should have been an and one, and I tend to agree. Auburn basically doing the same things that it did last night right here. Paying attention to transition defense and limiting opportunities for Memphis in transition. They're rebounding well, particularly now they've stepped it up on the offensive rebounding as well. And I don't know if you heard that. I think somebody dropped a pan down there. In my estimation, they're being disciplined with their shots too. I don't know as we've seen a really bad shot yet. That's how you become someone, man. Gotta let your balls hang out there. That's what Jerry Cantrell said in Jerry Maguire. There's our latest box as I get it sized appropriately as opposed to inappropriately. Auburn had an amazing start to this game. Cooled off just a little bit, but not a big deal. Still at 1.66 points per possession. That ain't bad. Auburn shooting 9 of 15. That's terrific. 8 rebounds to 5. No problem. 7 assists to 1 turnover. You love to see that. 3 and 3 from Memphis. And let's see what's going on. P.J. Haggerty is 2 of 3 from the line, which is the entire summation of their free throw attempts. And then Tyrese Hunter is 0 for 2 from the floor. If he is not a factor shooting the basketball, they're going to lose. He's a very important player for them. So that's just the end of it. Why is there so much LeBron on my screen? Ay. Let's see. Daniel Pieces J, are you drinking anything today? I am not at this stage. Although maybe I should. Probably got something around here. Hell yeah. We'll find something. Oh, Gary, what up, bro? Jumping on the super chat. No message offered, no message needed. We just skip one of these. Super chat. Thank you for that, my man. Offer something in the chat if you want to, but otherwise, appreciate that, man. Like your sunset. Ravin says we're going to need max effort today. Memphis seems more athletic than last night's UNC. They're definitely more physical. Yeah, they're probably more skilled basketball players on the UNC side, but these guys are, I feel like they're a little more rough and tumble, more physical, particularly P.J. Haggerty, who I like better than the guys that they had last night. Although number 7 hit some shots last night, didn't he? He's like their version of Chad Bacon Lasagna. Janai at the line, he's getting where he's cash money at the line like all the time now. As I say that, I probably just jinxed him. But it's kind of fun to see how that affects things. Thanks again, Gary. Appreciate that. It's very generous of you. Janai with 2 back-to-back free throws to get Auburn up 22-13. And you love to see it. He's just been such a force this whole tournament. And doing it again today. He's already at 11. No, I'm sorry. Take it back. He's at 9 points and 4 rebounds. Just started. Like, what did he go for the other night? Was it 30 and 19? I'm telling you, if you keep him within 10 feet of the bucket, he's just an absolute menace, man. Stoop Up jumping in with a super chat, my man. Says Broom never gets the whistle. He should. 2024 National Player of the Year he's pulling for. I think he's number 1 in the Ken Palm individual player rankings. So he's on his way. Chaney with a nice little shot. You don't necessarily think of him as a three-point shooter, but he hit it right there. It's a good non-call. There was some physicality there, but it was a advantage-disadvantage situation. Haggerty with a little jumper against Denver. Small victories. Announcers are talking about whether we should jump to number 1 with win. In our world, guys, Auburn's already number 1. I like Chaney better moving toward the bucket rather than falling away from the bucket. In that situation, he was more like straight up, but I like it when he's moving forward better. Chaney on very, very active hands on the defensive end to make up for that shanky miss from 8 feet on the other end. Stoop Up also pulling for a big shift from Dylan Cardwell, who was kind of missing from the game last night. He was terrific in game 1. Auburn Dad for life, my man. What's up? Ward Eagle, JG Tate, and my fellow drainers got some great news. I guess it's been a couple weeks now. Auburn Dad for life's son, who has been ill-ish. I mean, if I was facing the same things, I would wilt under the pressure. But his son is stronger than me. And they've had some really good, encouraging health news, so that's great for you, man. I'm fired up. Well, for him, too, obviously. I should say your family. That's what I should have said, yeah. Let's see. Gary jumped in. Our Gary jumps into the chat. Say, Jay, long time. Just wanted to thank you for the year and wish you and your family and all the bunker folks a blessed Thanksgiving, man. I appreciate that, bro. That's what you love to see. Thank you so much for just being part of the family, part of the Drain family. Cassidy P says JPP gave up the ball on the DHO within 2 seconds. Progress. He can be a little bit of a dribbler. He's going to take a 3, though. I don't think we've seen him hit one yet. But he'll shoot him every now and then. Auburn again back quickly on transition defense. Sharp. It's going to be a nice one-on-one against Dylan. I'm happy with the defense. No foul. Shot missed. I thought he challenged it well. Let's see what they set up for JPP here. He's trying to get over that screen. Needs to pass that ball. A little bit late. Denver. Pretty good when he's driving in the lane, man. When he signed with Auburn, I thought he was going to be kind of a sharpshooter, basically the guy Miles Kelly is now. And he's instead has kind of morphed into this dribble drive guy. Let's see. Daniel P. thinks even a win here leaves Auburn behind Kansas, I guess, in the voting is what you're talking about. Because Kansas and other programs of that ilk, what I would call faded blue bloods, tend to get those votes, whereas the true blue bloods like Auburn, maybe don't. The 80-year-old geezers that vote in that poll, maybe they think Auburn's a new kid on the block. They think Adolph Rupp, just got hired at Kentucky. They love Joe Leaves, though. They think he's going to do great things at Auburn. BP's something like 8 wins away from catching Joe Leaves as the winningest head coach in Auburn history. He will get there this season, obviously, and he's going to do it in something like 2.5 to 3 years earlier than Joe Leaves did. I think it took Joe Leaves 14 seasons. BP has just started his 11th, I believe. Joe Leaves is a hell of a coach. Hell of a coach. Neil J. jumps in with a super chat from across the pond. Says, happy Thanksgiving tomorrow, folks. Let's give him an applause for that one. Neil, of course, our friend that lives in Scotland. And an absolute stud. Any of you guys would be lucky to party with that guy. I got to party with him for a whole week, but some of you guys, maybe one of these days. Courtney keeps saying we should do like a bunker. Get your ass out of here on an illegal screen. Don't put your hands up. Don't put your hands up like you did nothing. You did something. You're a cheater. And you better watch out for recidivism because it will bite you in the ass, young man. Anything Janai does with his left hand, I like. Except shoot threes. But anything else aside from that, I like. Appreciate that, Neil. I'm going to get you a bourbon next time I see you. Even if it's included with the price. Just kidding. Especially if it's included with the price. All right, getting you some hot, fresh stats coming out of the stat oven. If there is such a thing. Here they are. Someday I'm going to get that. Oh, my God, I almost got it perfect that time. Auburn 11 of 19 from the floor. They'll take that all day long. 3 of 9 from 3. Not the best, but not terrible. 4 of 4 from the line. Not a problem at all. 8 assists, 1 turnover. You love to see it. Points off turnovers, 9-0. Auburn up. Transition, fast breaks, Auburn up 1-0. No, down 1-0. Memphis has 1 point in transition so far. That is a dub for the Auburn Tigers. Memphis 7 of 15 from the floor, which is actually pretty good, considering I feel like they haven't shot the ball that well, but they have. 10 rebounds to 7. Auburn leads in that category as well, and they have 3 assists and 5 turnovers, which I know Penny's not very happy about. So this is going exactly, the things that I was kind of talking about before the game. The statistical markers that I was keeping an eye on was Tyrese Hunter shooting and P.J. Haggerty getting to the hole. And really neither one of those guys are making a material. Well, I mean, P.J.'s been solid, but Tyrese has been a non-factor so far. So I think if that stays if he ends up having, 8 points or something like that, then it's going to be tough for Memphis to win this game. And Cassidy beats JDT with the hot and ready stats despite no number 19.